have this timeline, and it's really cool that you have a timeline. It's very useful, more in these perfect tenses. So we are checking past perfect. Remember that the perfect tenses, we use the auxiliary have. We have present perfect, and we also have past perfect. The difference is in the auxiliary. Remember that the auxiliary is going to be either in present or in past, and according to that, we get the name present perfect or past perfect. Now, how do we use past perfect? Well, I like to call the past perfect the past of the past, and I'll tell you why. First, we have these examples. Let's see. Okay. America, can you help me reading this example, please?
Yes, we had practice for hours by the time we had a break.
Okay, thank you. Jimena Guerrero, can you help me with this one, please? Okay, Jimena is not here. Edgar?
Yes.
This one, can you help me reading, please?
Have you finished your snack by the time to break ended?
Okay, thank you. And the last one, can you help me, please, Jose Arturo?
We had finished our snack when our break ended.
Ended. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, guys, just think about this sentence. It says we had practice for hours by the time we had a break. Okay, we had practice for hours by the time we had a break. How many actions are we describing in this sentence? It doesn't matter if they are in present or in past, in any tense. How many actions? We had practice. And what else? What's the other?
Had a break.
Had a break. Okay, perfect. So we have these two actions, right? We have these two actions. We had practice for hours by the time we had a break. Now, what happened first? What happened first? The practice or the break?
The practice.
The practice, right? First, they were practicing a lot of time, and then they have the break. Okay, so these two actions happen in the past, but of course, one happened first, and then it happened the second action, okay? The action that happened first in the past is the one that we are going to use in past perfect, okay? So here in the timeline, it says 1 p.m., 5 p.m., okay? And at 1 p.m., the band practice started. And at 3 p.m., the break began. And at 3:30 p.m., the break ended. And everything finished at 5 p.m., okay? So everything that happened here, for example, this one, you are here, you want to describe this action, and also you want to describe this action, but now you are here, okay? You are like, you just finish all these things. So are two actions that happen in the past. We can have more, we can have 3 or 4 or 5, but just the first one, it means this one, is the one that is going to be in past perfect, okay? So, for example, here, we had practice for 5 hours. For 5 hours by the time I meet you here, okay? Maybe this person meet another person, okay? So once again, two actions that happen in the past, but the first one is going to be in past perfect. Here we have a question. Had you finished your snack by the time the break ended? Maybe they are asking this question here. And they are asking you if you finish your lunch or if you finish your snack by the time the break ended. It means here. Why? Because this is the second action. Okay, so do you finish your snack before the break ended? Yes, I had finished. Okay, why? Because first you finished and then the break ended. Okay, if you say no, it will be no, I hadn't finished, is because you did the action here. Okay. Other example we have here is we hadn't finished our snack when our break ended. So that's supposed that this action, it was supposed to be here. They have to finish before the break, like here, but they didn't. So this action is not here. Now it's like, for example, here. Okay. So once again, if you want to know which is the tense that you want to use, is like, okay, I have two actions in the past. What happened first? This one, okay, this one goes in past perfect. Let's see, I think that I have more examples here. Oh, this is just how we form the past perfect. And it's really simple because we have been practicing with present perfect. So how do we form it? We use had. This is something actually really easy because we don't need to change if it's third person or not. Okay. So remember, you use had and the past participle of the verb, and that's all. Okay, that's the only thing that you have to do. Had plus the past participle. If you want to make it negative, hadn't or had not. If you want to make a question, first had and then the pronoun. Easy. If you want to identify easily, look for these words. Okay, after, already, before, by the time, just, never, until. If you see these words, probably the correct answer is going to be in past perfect. Okay. For example, here we have a sentence. It says, Charlie had never seen such a beautiful place. It means that, let me put a timeline. Okay, I am telling this sentence here in the time. Charlie was here, like looking the amazing place. But before this, he had never seen this beautiful place. Okay, so Charlie was here maybe looking at the chocolate factory, and it was such a beautiful place. And before, he had never experienced that. Okay, then we have this one. Before the pilot knew, the little prince had won his heart. Okay, we have two actions. What are the two actions, guys? So we had the pilot knew and the little prince had won his heart. What happened first? The pilot knew or the little prince won his heart? First, he won his heart and then he knew. Okay, primero se ganó su corazón y después se dio cuenta que se había ganado su corazón. Okay, then the number 3, it says Katniss hadn't realized what was going on until she saw her sister. So once again, we have the timeline. We have two actions. So we have one in negative. Sometimes maybe in negative is kind of confusing because it's an action that didn't happen. So Katniss realized what was going on. Well, hadn't realized. And then saw her sister. What happened first? Here, she saw her sister, okay? She saw her sister, and all this time before, she hadn't realized what was going on. Okay,
Mhm.
so she didn't know anything about previous information until she saw the sister. Is like, oh, okay, I got it. It's okay. So previously she had no idea. She had no idea what was going on until she saw her sister.